Hey crossword fans! Today we're going to be solving the New York Times crossword for Tuesday, April 12th, 2022. Alright, let's get started. One across, skunk's defense? I guess maybe that's a bad odor? Let's see if that's right. Well, these quotation marks mean we need to come up with an equivalent phrase. I wonder if that's going to be, oh ho? It's kind of a cry of surprise. Fizzling firework? I guess that's going to be a dud. Encyclopedia volumes vis-a-vis Wikipedia, e.g. So encyclopedia volumes would be an example of something in relation to Wikipedia. I have no idea what they're going for here. I mean, they don't change like Wikipedia changes. That's the only thing I can think of. Deceptive trick. That could be a ruse. Apple TV Plus alternative. I guess that could be Hulu. That's another streaming service. They're long for an underdog. An underdog has long odds, right? So, is this going to be older somehow? Is it going to be like old-timey? Could that be right? Is this an I? Blank her pronouns. Shouldn't that be she, her? Yeah, so it's not old-timey. Give this for that? That could be swap, right? Lead into pad? That could be a helipad. Place for helicopters to land. One's potentially contacted in first contact. I guess that'll be aliens, hopefully. La Vie and Rose singer Edith. I think there's a singer named Edith Piaf. Is that right? I'm not 100% sure about that. Is this going to be old media? Is that right? Is that what they're going for there? That's interesting. Okay, well, we have the beginning of this first really long answer here. This is probably our first theme answer. Temp job. And this has a question mark at the end of it. That means there's going to be some kind of wordplay involved with this answer. We have to think of some kind of punny answer for temp job. I wonder if it's going to have something to do with temperature? It can't be about a temporary job. That would be the straightforward reading. Let's see if we can get some more help on the downs here. Exact lookalike? I guess that could be a twin? Is this going to be a meteorologist? That would be a job that has to do with temperature, right? That's pretty funny. Meteorologist. Wow, yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see if we can confirm that. Prevailed. I guess that's another word for one. It has to be one in the past tense because prevailed is in the past tense, and the tenses in your clue and answer always have to agree. All right, let's check these downs here. Old-fashioned message carriers. Is that going to be pigeons? I love pigeons. South Asian rap. I guess that could be a sarong. This is kind of tricky. It kind of sounds like it might be about food. Yeah, but it's going to be about clothing. Very nice. High school exam for short. That could be the PSAT. Shakespeare villain who says, I am not what I am. It's looking like that's going to be Iago from Othello. Petri dish filler. I think this is going to be agar. That's a kind of a gel that comes from seaweed. They use it to grow bacterial cultures in. Okay, Steffi with 7 Wimbledon titles. That's going to be Steffi Graf. Yeah, she showed up on another puzzle a couple of days ago. Yeah, she was a really good German tennis player. Coming up next. It looks like that's going to be to follow. Slim and trim. Is that going to be lean? What may be heard in a herd? I wonder if that's going to be mooing. Let's see if we can build off of this M. Literature Nobelist Alice. This is looking vaguely familiar. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to come up with her last name. It's not Monroe, is it? Church choir accompaniment. That's going to be an organ. Small town. I guess that could be a burg. Reddish purple salad ingredient. I guess that's going to be a beet. Nice. Driving force. And again, we have a question mark at the end, so that means it's going to be a wordplay clue. So this isn't going to be about an important person that made something happen. I wonder if it's going to be about driving literally, like driving in a car. This could be an engine, right? Yeah, that's nice and punny. It is looking like it might be Monroe here. Is this an R? One might take off a few marks? It's looking like that could be an eraser. That's pretty funny. Yeah, you might use that on crosswords too. Spanish for foolish? Oh, is that tonto? Maybe it is Monroe, and then this would be neo? Prefix with liberal or conservative. Yeah, there's neo versions of both of those. All right, well, it looks like we've got our next theme answer almost all filled in. Let's see what that is. Union job. And again, it looks like we kind of have a punny clue that's leading us to a kind of profession. It's looking like this is going to be a wedding planner, right? This isn't about being a plumber or an electrician, not that kind of union job. It's a job that has to do with matrimonial unions. Yeah, it's going to be a wedding planner. That is really funny. So it looks like our theme today is punny clues for everyday professions. Yeah, that's pretty fun. All right, let's build down towards our next profession here. Works in a theater? Works in a theater. This is very tricky. It's not about a person working in a theater. It's asking for works of art in a theater, I think. I think it's going to be plays. That's a very tricky misdirection for a Tuesday puzzle. Vowel sound at the end of 15 and 26 across. So we have Monroe and Neo. I guess that's going to be a long O sound. Likely to offend in brief. I wonder if that's going to be not PC or non-PC. I think it's going to be not PC. Let's see if that's right. Watery or papery. That's interesting. I'm not sure what they're going for here. I guess these are both adjectives. I'm not sure if that's what they're going for here, though. If this was an N, I guess it could be noun, but these aren't nouns either. Let's see if we can get the end of this here. Blank Man, one of the Avengers. I guess this has to be Iron Man, right? Wonkish sort? If you're wonkish, you're really into policy details. I think this is going to be a nerd. So what is this going to be? Twin? That can't be right. Oh, it's going to be thin. If something's watery or papery, I guess it's thin. That's very tricky. Have ambitions too. And when you have a word in parentheses at the end of your clue, that just means that same word needs to be able to go at the end of your answer and still sound correct. So maybe this could be aspire to. Yeah, that looks good. End of a hairy limb. I guess that's going to be a paw because it would be on a hairy animal. Clear up as ski goggles. I think this has to be defog. Yiddish yikes. This has to be oy vey, right? I think it's spelled like this. Let's see if this is a Y. America's Cup vessels. I think that's a yacht race, so this is going to be yachts, plural, because it's asking for vessels, plural. bottleful in un ristorante. I wonder if this is Italian. This looks like Italian to me. I think this is probably going to be vino. That's the Italian word for wine. Let's see if that's right. MSNBC competitor. Yeah, that should be CNN probably. George Eliot and George Orwell for 2. I know these were both pen names. I think that's going to fit in here too. Nice. Okay, so let's see what our third punny profession is. Flex job. So this is not going to be about a kind of job where you do a bunch of different tasks. This has to be a kind of job where you're literally flexible, right? What is that going to be? It almost looks like it's going to end in doctor, right? Flex job. I'm not sure about this one. Let's see if this is a doctor. It was once the world's 4th largest lake. I wonder if this is going to be the Aral Sea. I know that the Aral Sea is disappearing, and the fact that the clue says once makes me think that they're giving us a little hint there. Yeah. School system with campuses in Buffalo and Binghamton. And school is abbreviated, so that means our answer needs to be abbreviated as well. I think this is going to be SUNY. I believe that stands for State University of New York. Yeah, that would make sense because these are both in New York State. Maybe this is an instructor, not a doctor. And maybe it's going to be a yoga instructor. That's a job where you need to be flexible, right? Very nice. Yoga instructor. Excellent. We've got our penultimate punny job filled in. Affirmative reply to understand. Is it going to be yes, I do? That would be a full sentence. Most abundant element in Earth's crust. In Earth's crust? It's not going to be oxygen, is it? Maybe it is oxygen. Could that be possible? That seems so strange to me. It's cells, it said. They say sex cells, right? Wow, I guess it does have to be oxygen. It must be bound with a bunch of other elements. That's fascinating. It travels at nearly 300 million meters per second. That's very fast. That has to be light. Music is powered by blank. Yo-Yo Ma. It's looking like that's going to be ideas. I've never actually heard that quote before. Literature Nobelist Morrison. That's Toni Morrison. We've got some famous literature Nobelists on this puzzle. Bad break in bowling. That's a split. Yeah, you don't want to get a split in bowling. Spiced tea is going to be a chai. All right, let's take a peek at this last punny job here. Dream job. I think this is going to be a psychoanalyst, right? Yeah, it's not like a really desirable job. It's a job where you're analyzing dreams. That's very funny. Psychoanalyst. Excellent. I think that's our last punny profession. Let's finish off these last couple of sections here. Scruff of the neck. I think that's going to be the nape. Bullet with a trail. I think that's going to be a tracer. There's tracer rounds, right? They kind of glow. So this is going to be ran, chaired. Yeah, like you would a meeting. Apple Store offerings are max. Yeah, that's right. Looks like we have a fencing sword here at bay. Olympian sword. Yeah, that's right. Some lab liquids. Ooh, this is tricky. This is sera. This is the plural of serum. It has to be plural because, again, they're looking for liquids in the clue. Yeah, you have to be very careful there, especially with funny pluralizations like sera. I wonder if we can get this long down. Really prosper? Is that going to be hit it big? Does that make sense? Is this IND? Like the opening of Mahler's Symphony No. 9? Oh yes, of course, one of my favorites. It is indeed in D. I'm gonna pretend I actually knew that. Many a cocktail mixer. I guess maybe this is soda? Yeah, there's a lot of cocktails with soda in them. Okay, story of one's life. And this is another wordplay clue, so usually when you hear someone say, story of my life, it's usually in relation to something bad that happened, right? And they're kind of making a lighthearted joke about it. But in this case, I think it's gonna literally be a story about one's entire life. I think it's gonna be an obit. Yeah, an obituary. That's a very tricky one. Fuzzy bit of car decor. Could that be fuzzy dice hanging from the rearview mirror? Like scotch? Scotch is usually aged, right? So this should be ice, rocks in a cocktail. Nice. We've got ice and soda. We just need some kind of liquor. Big name in online talks. I think this should be TED, right? There's TED Talks. Yeah, and that works with aged. Excellent. Let's throw that D in there and see if that'll do it for us. All right, a Tuesday puzzle in 23 minutes. That's not a great time for us for Tuesday, but we were kind of taking our time and enjoying this solve. I thought this punny professions theme was really fun. This isn't anything too complicated, but it's still an early week puzzle, and they're usually pretty careful not to put too much wordplay on an early week puzzle. So the fact that we got 4 really nice long ones today is pretty great. And they're all wordplay clues that have the word job in them. Yeah, that's the kind of through line that ties everything together. These are all profession puns. We have a meteorologist, a wedding planner, a yoga instructor, and a psychoanalyst. Yeah, these are all really fun wordplay clues. And I think the fact that they're all kind of structured in the same way meant that it wouldn't be too difficult for a Tuesday puzzle. Yeah, this felt just about right. In addition to the wordplay clues in the theme, we had some other good wordplay clues too. Story of one's life for obit, and also driving force for engine. Yeah, it was nice to see some non-job related wordplay in addition to the theme. There was a couple of very tricky misdirections too, actually. I thought sarong was a little tricky, South Asian wrap. Definitely feels like it could be about food. And plays too, works in a theater. Yeah, it seems like it should be about acting or maybe making sets or something. But yeah, it's asking about the plays themselves, those kinds of works. And as far as the rest of the fill goes, I was thrilled that we got to see our fine feathered friends, the pigeons, in here. All right, yeah, that was a nice smooth solve. I don't think we had to use our eraser on anything today. I hope you enjoyed solving that one along with me. I'm gonna be coming back at you tomorrow for the Wednesday puzzle. And I think that's gonna do it for now. All right, I'll see you next time.